I'm Intruder Green. You might know me from things like Festival de Tête de Quebec, Spring Hill Institution, and OpenSea.io. Welcome to the Intruder Green podcast. It is April 24th, 2021. Sorry I missed the whole 420 thing. I feel like obviously I should have done a show about that because it's all about weed, and weed is green, and I'm green. All right. And it's still kind of illegal in some places, so it would have made sense for me to do a show on 420, but also it's kind of a weird holiday because it's like, yeah, weed is cool, but also remember what Dr. Dre said, hey, smoke weed every day. All right. So, you don't just got to do it because of a holiday or whatever, but, consume stuff properly or whatever the PSA is. Anyway, it's going good with me, guys. How's it going with you? All right. It's fun because you can't answer me. I mean, you could answer. You could call the Intruder Green call-in line. That is +1 608 535 9608 if you want to do that. But, you don't have to. You can also hit me up on all the social medias and stuff. Let me know how you're doing. How you holding in these fucking COVID times. We got the guy... Yeah, we got cops going to jail finally, as they should be, and I won't get too into that because it's fucking crazy shit. But things are kind of looking up. I feel like, especially after the last however many years. I want to say 4 years, but I feel like shit's been fucked up, for a long time. I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. I hope you guys are too, and yeah. I want to give a shout out to the producers of the podcast. We got Luke Ellis, Ren Sons, Hedda Roystons, Gem City Sabrina, Vaughn Cotton, Sarah Koenig, Audacity Crash Clothing, Chelsea McNally, Carlos Hernandez, and Cardboard Box Colony. Thank you guys very much for supporting the show on the Patreon. You can also become a producer of the podcast by getting on patreon.com/intrudergreen and, throw me a few bones. As the kids like to say. No, the kids don't say that no more. That's like what the old folks like to say. But that's cool. I think it's cool. Anyway, it's lots of fun. On this episode, I got Sandveiss. They're a metal band from Quebec City, basically. I think they kind of said they're based out of Quebec City. I have no idea what this name means. I think it's like French or something. Maybe not, but, I forgot to ask him. It was one of those things where I was like, I definitely got to ask him that. And then once we started talking, I totally forgot. And then, but, that's how it goes sometimes. You just got to roll with it. All right. If you really want to know, maybe Google it. You can look at the title of the podcast to find out how it's spelled. Because I'm not going to tell you right now. Because I don't want to. I want to make you do work. That sucks. Work sucks. Don't do work. You could steal some stuff if you need it. And that's all you got to do. Allegedly. All right. But don't get into trouble. Because, whatever. Also, I made an NFT. You can go on OpenSea.io and get it. Or bid on it or something. I'm not exactly sure how that stuff works because it's the internet and it's real confusing. But apparently NFTs are the new way to steal the internet, steal people's money, and so I'm trying to do that. But it's real good. It's like a self-portrait, I guess is what that's called, when you draw a picture of yourself. And I figure I'll do one and get rid of it, and then try to do another one. And maybe I'll make some stickers or something for all you patrons out there. All right. I'm dropping this one real early. I got a bunch of stuff lined up to basically, talk about and then edit and then release. But these guys got like a live stream coming out. It is out now, but it ends soon. I don't know. They got a whole weird thing going on. We talk about it in the podcast. So that's why this one's coming out when it is. Instead of like some previous ones that I have recorded, but they're just going to get real old now. Everybody's going to be like, why are they talking about, the Green Bay Packers not going to the Super Bowl again in this podcast when it's April? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the show. And without further ado, on with it.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Intruder Green.
an inmate at the Durham Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1.
Come on, girl, now it's time to go to a place where nobody goes. In another town, on the other side of space, it won't be the same. Unlock and go where party clothes. Unlock and go where party clothes.
Yeah, and it must be a phone thing because I'm not allowed. I don't have the option to allow Luke to do it.
All right, so we're recording.
Yeah, I see it up there. Thanks a lot for taking care of this. For anybody listening, we're doing this real messed up. I'm with Shawn and Luke of, how is it pronounced? Sandveiss?
You got it.
Sandveiss. Yep.
All right, that's good. And as people who regular listeners know, my rig is real messed up these days because of unknown reasons. Just, like stuff happens. And so we're actually recording on a Shawn's end today. It's just how we decided to do it. And I appreciate you guys bearing with me on this stuff because, life's crazy. You just gotta make shit work.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks you guys for being for coming on the show. You guys are you from Montreal? Is that right?
No, we're actually in Quebec City. We live, both of us live in Quebec City. Originally, we're from the east coast of Canada. I'm from New Brunswick, and Luke's from Magdalen Island. So,
Yep.
Okay.
Far away.
I don't know Magdalen Island, but that sounds cool. It'd be cool to live on an island.
Yeah, Magdalen Island is not too far from Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. So it's in the St. Lawrence Gulf. Yeah.
I think we played in Nova Scotia one time, and we were amazed because it's like got its own time zone. Like I didn't realize, that the continent North America like had another time zone.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the same for the Magdalen Island, the same time zone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys this is a little weird for me because you guys are more like, I try to have all different types of people on here, but it usually ends up being punk rock. And you guys are more of I don't know, definitely metal, but would you consider yourself a certain subgenre of that? I see you got a stoner rock shirt on. And I feel like there's a little bit of that in there. But from what I heard, I wasn't able to listen to everything, but I checked out some of your YouTube videos where you're doing some Ozzy covers. That was real cool. Black Sabbath. Yeah, good stuff.
I guess that you can say that we have some typical stoner rock influences in the likes of maybe Caius or bands like that from the 90s stoner rock scene. Stoner, Soundgarden, of course, which are more like a
Alice in Chains
grunge band or whatever. But yeah, we listen to a lot of the 90s rock stuff that just came out. We were a teenager at the time, so that's the kind of music that we listen to a lot. And then we are a lot influenced by all the hard rock bands from the 70s, and so but I personally listen to a lot of punk rock too, mainly old school punk rock, but it's still there as an influence also, so it's like some kind of a blend of a lot of things.
Oh yeah, that's real good. I like that. So but as far as the scene goes, I feel punk rock is a certain kind of scene. It's kind of like wherever you go, people are like, oh yeah, I saw you at Fest or something, and whatever. People know each other. What's it like in the metal scene? Do you guys have a international presence, or like do you know more about the scene like locally?
With Sandveiss, it is more locally than international because we didn't have the structure or the maybe we never toured that much. We never had the chance that much to tour except for Canada. We played a small tour in Sweden a few years ago, but we never played the States yet. So it's
yeah. That's good. I mean, I want to go to Sweden way more than I want to go to the States. Tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun.
The thing is the States. A lot of places you can play. I mean, I guess in a sense where you can tour the whole States, and in Canada the gigs are so far apart, like physically.
Yeah.
The places you can play, so you have to like play locally a lot because otherwise it doesn't make sense, to tour. You have to go a lot, you have to really travel far, and a lot of, we all have, families and jobs and stuff, so you can't like tour for 3 weeks in a row and you go to, go coast to coast, in Canada. A lot of it is a big field in the middle,
Yeah.
So you have to drive past the field. Which is pretty large. So
all you do,
So that's the thing.
Well, like what we had to do. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, me too, man. Sorry, dude. No, I mean, the most west that we've gone is Toronto, and that's like a 10-hour trip with with gear and stuff. So yeah, but we want to go south, of us. So anywhere we can, Boston area, New York, go down the East Coast. I mean, that's something we really want to plan in the near future when, evidently we can do that, because right now we can't, but yeah.
No explanation need. Yeah. No need for explanation.
Right. No explanation needed, but I do wonder how that's going up there, because like I keep seeing all my friends and people in America, and they're all getting vaccinated, and I'm like, wait a minute, because most people know I'm out hiding out in Germany, and I'm like trying to get vaccinated, but they're like way behind with this stuff, and I'm seeing like, I think I might be the only intruder that's not vaccinated at this point, or at least like on track to get vaccinated. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought didn't the Germans like create one of the vaccines, and now we ain't got shit? What the hell's going on here? How's it going in Canada as far as that goes, though? Are they opening it up?
Well, a little bit. I think they're now to people that are in their middle to late 40s right now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm almost 40, and Luke is just a little bit past. So we're like in that, buffer zone where we don't really count, I guess, or we're not worth it.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that we don't count, but there's some people that just need it.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. So that's how they're doing it. Like, oh, you're old, you need this. Oh, you're not.
Well,
yeah, and once they're done, then they get younger and younger. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, people in their 90s were vaccinated before. I'm not saying people in their 90s are not important, but a lot of their life is done,
I know what you're trying to say.
And, I mean, it's like, but, that's how they did it. And I guess we'll get there someday, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it happens.
So you're in Germany, huh? Right? Did you say that right? Did I understand that? So it's like...
Yeah, that's why we got the big time difference. That's why, for you guys, it's like, well, I guess it's Saturday, so you can be drinking right now if you want to, but like, it's definitely cocktail hour here.
Yeah, it's Pepsi time for me.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's water time in a Chewbacca glass today.
So. Oh, well, that's a tight glass. I think you beat us out both there.
Yeah.
Luke's got a nice Chewbacca glass. That looks like some vintage stuff. Is that like worth money?
No, it's not a vintage.
And if it is, then where do you live? All right. Well, yeah. So, like, what got you guys going in the first place? Like, we got two of you now, so I got to hear both of your stories here. Did you just start a band together from the beginning, or like, I don't know, how'd you meet? How'd you start a band? How'd this all go down?
Actually, the band started in like officially in 2011.
Okay,
But
that's
the idea.
The time we started.
Okay, and but you know, the idea of many songs started before that. But the band formed around 2010, 2011. And Shawn just joined the band while we were recording our first album.
Yeah.
Because we had another singer at the time when we started out. We did like one demo with the other singer, and then we started the studio work for the album, the first album, which is called Scream Queen. And then just a few weeks after we started recording, the singer just decided to leave the band, and it was like a friendly breakup. And so I was kind of chosen to take that role of a lead singer. So since I was the only guitar player at the time, I just decided that maybe it could be cool to just add like another guitar player to the band.
Yeah, well, I would think so, especially for playing metal, because you got to be all like and like singing on top of that. That seems impossible.
Yeah, those single notes riffs and stuff like that. You know, it can be hard to sing and play at the same time. So that's the reason why at first I think that I proposed to seek for another guitar player. But the thing is that Shawn is a friend of ours since a long time, and he was already supposed to play on the album as a guest for a lead or for a solo or two on the album. So while he was in the studio with us at the time, just tracking his solo, we just asked him if he was interested to join the band, and he just decided, you know, to join the band now. So,
all right, works for me.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so that's how it happened. Yeah.
So where are you guys with like releasing? You've been a band for a while, like 10 years then. And
almost.
Yeah. So do you got something new coming out, or is it you just pumping up the old stuff? I mean, it's a weird time to be releasing stuff, so I don't know.
It is.
You got
Yeah, well, we released a Sabbath EP that kind of happened by accident. Yeah, in a sense, is that as you said you watched the videos of us playing two Sabbath songs. Well, that's when we did that in May or June? Last year?
Early June.
Yeah. And we did that, and a couple of other songs that we did too. It was like the first week that the government said, "Hey, studios are open and you can start do recording again." And so Raf, our sound guy, also mixing engineer, and he had a project that he wanted to do, and he asked us, do you want to come and just play some songs in the studio, and we'll record it live and film it and everything. And we said, yeah. What else are we doing right now? So we did it, and then a couple of maybe a week after. I mean, me and Luke we talk almost daily. So I mean, we kind of said to ourselves, I think we saw something. Luke saw something on Facebook or something that we put a photo or something on Facebook to show that we were doing something, to create a little hype of some sort, to show that we're not dead yet,
proof of life.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody just wrote a message in there saying, hey, how cool would it be to? I think it was a little bit of a Sabbath song or something.
Actually, it was just a short video of us playing "Children of the Grave" in the studio.
Yeah, and then and they said, hey, how cool would it be to have like an EP or something? And that's when Luke, his light bulb lit up and said, hey, why don't we use some stuff that we did there, and then we had the idea of, I guess, doing covers of electric versions into an acoustic version and work on it on our own in our own houses, and make something. So that's what we did. So we did that, and everything. We actually, we never thought it would actually be a release, even, because for us it was like, well, let's just put it on Bandcamp and it'll be like just like a free thing, that anybody can listen to. And then the label, told us, hey, why not, release something out of it. And so they officially released it, and we all this time we've been working on new stuff as well. So like probably our goal, I guess, is to try to record. We have a lot of material already for another release, so we're working hard on that. It's pretty much at the beginning stages of we're still. Shoveling to create songs, I guess, and make it work, So yeah, that's what we're doing right now, actually.
All right. It's a good time for that. I feel like a lot of bands are doing stuff like that. Or like, I don't know. I've been doing the podcast for a long time, but it seems like everybody and their mother is trying to do a podcast these days. So, like whatever. I think making an album is much more a better thing to be doing. But my band's not doing that, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's a good idea. It's like everybody's locked down. It's like go into your hole and like make some tunes, and then when we can get out of the hole, we get to see you play them live, and it's gonna be great.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. What is the label then that you guys are with? Is it like an exclusive thing, or do they just do this one thing?
We have the same label since the beginning of the band. They were formerly known as a label called 60 Sloth Records, but they just changed recently for Folivora Records. But it's the same. It is the same record label, and so far now we're still with that label. It is a small label in Quebec City. Actually, it is owned by our manager. Actually, you had him for a podcast a few months ago. It's the guy that is responsible for the Fuck Off Festival. You remember that one?
Yeah,
Patrick Labbe.
Yeah,
that guy's great.
Yeah, so he takes care of us.
All right. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because I had a good feeling about him. He seems pretty like cool about like doing shit for the scene and everything. Exactly. And I don't know. Like know him better than I do, but it seems like you're in good hands.
Yeah, we are. He's very dedicated to the local scene, and he just tries to push it, beyond the just the local scene. He just tried to push the bands to play somewhere else. And with the festival that he created, he just make things happen. I mean, and it works. It pays. I mean, the first edition ever, we were one of the band playing there. There was like three bands. It was in front maybe of, I don't know, 50 or 75 people. It was in a small venue. But just a year after a year, they just never stopped, and it just grown bigger and bigger. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing now.
And that's really the way to do that sort of thing. Like, I've seen so many people who, like, I don't know, maybe they're inspired by like, oh, South by Southwest is like this huge thing, and I want to like make something like that for my city, or even like smaller festivals that are still huge. And they go out and they get a bunch of money, and they're like, all right, we're going to get like all these grants from the government and stuff to like make something happen in this city. And it goes, they do it one time, they go bankrupt, and they're like, oh yeah, that didn't work out too good. But yeah, when you build it from something tiny, because you just want to do it, and maybe you don't have any money to do it, but you figure out, like you can scrape it together, or like if you're a person who actually knows how to book shows and promote stuff, you could get it done on a small level, and then the next time people come back, and you have patience and you grow it. It's like a plant, really.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like you gotta grow green stuff and smoke it too. I guess I don't know. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but that's what happened with that festival. It was all DIY at first, and it was self-made. I mean, they have put a lot of work in that festival.
Yeah, it's the way to go. I think it's great.
Absolutely.
And he said it. I guess it's still a little bit DIY if I remember correctly, because it's like a lot of the money that like the government does give the bands goes more to like mainstream stuff, right? I think that's mostly what he was saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mostly.
That's great that you guys have that sort of like, I don't know. It's like, it's real, like getting back to like the difference between punk rock and metal. Like this is a similarity where you guys like got this thing where it's got to be DIY because you're not getting it anywhere else. So it's great that you have that community, like really pushing everybody up and keeping things solid. It's good. It's important.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, all right. So we got one guy, Luke, you got a blue background. So I don't know nothing about you, but like, how did you get into like, I don't know, music? Well, how did you, I mean, you're into metal, but you like punk rock. And I'm well, okay, but what steered you in one direction or whatnot?
Oh, I think I still got surprises for you because, I play rap music since I'm a kid. I mean, I started to play guitar. I was 11 years old, and but since I come from the Magdalen Island, as we said before, that place is very, very strong on traditional folk Celtic culture.
Oh, really?
So all that maritime. Yeah, exactly. So I started.
Oh, that's cool.
Music. Yeah, I started to play music with the idea of playing rock and metal music, but and I always did. But my Celtic cultures just got me in the corner sometimes because I started to play. At some point, I started to play Celtic, Irish tin whistles, and Scottish bagpipes when I was around 17 years old. Yeah. So I started to play in traditional folk music bands, and I've played with a professional traditional band from the Magdalen Island. I played with them for 10 years and toured. I toured Europe many times. I was doing that for a living at that time for 10 years, playing the tin whistle and the bagpipe. So for that bunch of times, I wasn't that much into playing rock and metal music, not because I didn't want it to, but because I didn't have that much time, and I haven't that much people around me that was playing that kind of music.
Yeah.
But I started Sandveiss around the time that I left that band, the band that I was playing with, the bagpipes and the tin whistle. And then shortly after I left and I started Sandveiss, I started to play with another band that was just starting, playing some stuff, studio recording and stuff like that. And that band really took off. And that band is mainly a traditional Celtic rock, but punk rock influences, just like Flogging Mollies and Dropkick Murphys and stuff like that. So I tour and play full time with them since another 10 years. So I've played a lot of a few punk rock festivals in Europe and stuff like that, and metal stuff, and so I have like that double life.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Maybe just like you.
Yeah, like we got stuff going on, So like, but you can play the bagpipes and the tin whistle and shred and guitar. So you obviously got some talent going on there.
For sure.
Well, like, do you ever use that stuff? Like, ever consider using that in metal music? Because I'm like, I don't know. I think about bands like, like you could definitely mix like orchestra stuff, like orchestral music is what they call it, with metal, and that goes real easy. But I don't know, like, could you do some like Celtic metal stuff? I don't know. I feel like that exists, and I probably heard it, but I don't know. You ever think about doing it, or have you done it?
With Sandveiss, we never. It's like, for me, it's two totally different things, and I never wanted that much to make these things up.
Yeah.
But I know that there's a lot of bands, especially in Europe, that are mixing the Celtic culture music and metal music. There is a lot of the. Oh.
Thanks for listening to the Intruder Green podcast. By now you probably heard about our sponsor, Stupid Rad Merch Company. And if you haven't, then listen up, because I gotta tell you, Stupid Rad Merch Company is a great web store with a bunch of your favorite bands at stupidradmerch.com. And if you're in a band and need some work done, they can get you totally covered for a modest price and super quick turnaround time. But don't just take it from me. Here's what the ladies from Bad Cop had to say about it.
Yeah, comes up with great ideas. It's always pushing, always moving. Simeon is delightful to work with. He's very responsive and professional, and
it's the quality of the shirts. I like them.
Yeah, high quality.
Quality.
Very well done. Very well done on the ink.
It really feels like a family again. It feels like it's a place where you can trust what's happening.
And don't forget to use the code PRISON at checkout and get a 15% discount on all Stupid Rad branded apparel. That's PRISON, I think. I don't really know how to spell, but those are the letters they told me to say. StupidRadMerch.com.
StupidRadMerch.com.
Guitar players, I bet you thought you were shit out of luck when it comes to finding your dream guitar or amp. You know, you go on some auction site or something and it's all crap. Yeah. Well, that's because, you gotta look in the right place. And the right place is Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. They got exactly what you're looking for. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't they located in like Switzerland or something? Yeah, man, they are. Bern, Switzerland to be exact. But you can get on the internet and you can go check out their website, yeahmansguitars.com, and you can order stuff on there. So, it don't really matter where the heck you are in the world. You can just get on their website and find all sorts of cool stuff that you're looking for. And you might not even know that you wanted it until you see it on there, and there's a lot of good stuff. If you got something specific you're looking for and need some help finding it, just hit up Yeah Man Guitars on the electronic mail. That's the email. It's like 21st century, and you got email and websites. It's like amazing. Some people will call it magic. Some people will call it science. I just call it, I don't know, crazy shit. yeahmansguitars@gmail.com. As far as email goes, it's where you email them. And while you're at it, get your band a tour in Europe and stop by the shop. Michael and the rest of the crew would love to meet you, I'm sure. And you could tell them Green sent you. Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. Here, did you get that message too?
Yeah,
exactly. Don't remember what I was saying.
Talking about
that was
bagpipes.
That's
and
right.
not including it.
Yeah,
I was saying that in Europe it is common that a lot of metal bands mix their music with Celtic instruments and just think about Eluvati and some bands like that, in Extremo, and these are bands that are pretty well known in the international scene, but we never that much thought about that for Sandveiss, at least. So maybe something. I never really thought about that for real. So I think it would mix like kind of weird.
Yeah, it would definitely be weird, but would it be like good weird or be like weird?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to say for now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think what you're doing is real good, and if you feel like it, maybe mix it up a little. It'd be interesting at least. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It's always nice to hear when people can play like other crazy instruments, because I can barely play guitar, but like playing like a whistle or bagpipes, it's cool shit. But I want to hear, Shawn, you got all these guitars behind you, and I can't see them right now because I'm only seeing Luke's screen. But
you're not seeing me?
So no, because I don't know. My computer only likes Luke right now.
All right,
there
sounds good.
Yeah. No, now I can see both of you. I switched it up. Oh, I can see myself too. I look real good.
Nice makeup.
Yeah. I do got a makeup designer for this podcast. We pay him a lot of money. So Shawn, how'd you get into this whole thing?
Well, I mean,
you got the Soundgarden shirt, you got guitars in the background, and you're playing in a metal band. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and actually, like Luke, before joining Sandveiss, I had never played in a metal act or hard rock. I've always wanted to, but never had the chance really, just because of how it came, I guess. I mean, when I was young, in the schoolyard, I was at the end phase of when there were still boom boxes, and people would bring him up and like
ghetto blasters.
Yeah, ghetto blasters, and I remember listening to Chaos AD of Sepultura, when it came out, and I was like, wow, that I couldn't really play that, I grew up my dad was a big music fan, and he listened to a lot of stuff, Neil Young and Deep Purple and all types of music, and so I've always been influenced by hard rock and everything, but when I started playing, I was more acoustic driven, and then evolved to a lot of like Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and stuff like that, Eric Clapton. And I was like really deep into blues and blues related type of guitar playing, if you want. So I was really, that was my niche, and I think it still is, I guess, in a sense, but I had never really been a massive like rhythm a playing person, blues style, yes, but never in metal style, it's totally different. Totally different playing. So it wasn't a pretty massive change for me, but I was playing a lot of blues music right before I joined Sandveiss, and I was playing a lot of festivals and stuff like that. Played in France and did a lot of stuff, Montreal Jazz Festival, and places like that. I had the chance to do. Not to the magnitude of Luke. Luke was all over the place with his projects, but still, we were kind of going up the hill, as we say, and but eventually that band like fell over, and I was like in between bands. I was like just playing. For the first time, I was actually playing with a cover band, if you want, for fun. We would just say, hey, let's just learn some Jethro Tull songs and Muse songs and all types of stuff, and just have fun. And that's when I realized, hey, I like playing rock a lot, and it's totally different. It's stimulating, and so that's when I went to go and record with Luke and everything. I was just doing some solos, and that's it. But when they told me, hey, I mean, do you want to join and stuff like that? Well, I was like, yeah, it's great timing. Don't have anything right now going on, and let's do it. And actually ended up playing a couple more solos and played some organ also.
Nice.
On that, and so that's how it started. So that my path isn't that large, but that's kind of how it went. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds huge to me. I mean, you guys are both so multi-talented, and it definitely it shows on the recordings. At least from what I heard, it all sounds like real well produced, and everything is like nice and clean, and like. It sounds like you guys know how to play your instruments, which is like,
the illusion is good.
Yeah, no, well, like they say, you could only polish a turd so much, and it's still a turd. But you guys aren't polishing a turd. You guys got some good stuff going on.
Thank you
Good
very
polishing.
Good
Yeah,
polishing.
it sounds good polishing. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Well, I feel like we're going to get cut off, but that's okay. Because I wanted to get the last the last question I always ask, unless you guys got anything else you want to bring up.
Oh, maybe that. I just want to know when the podcast will be released.
That's hard to say these days because I'm way behind with releases. For the same reason that it's hard for me to schedule times to actually record. But if you guys got a specific time to like coincide with like something else you're doing, we can figure that out, and I'll get it out. At a
okay.
And just because you.
Okay, it's just because the reason why we have that promo thing right now is because we just recorded a live session in February, and we just released it last Wednesday, and it will be available until next Wednesday. So I was just asking if no, but it's okay, no pressure at all. But I was just wondering if it was worth the point to talk about that, since if the podcast will be released after next Wednesday anyway. So.
Well, we should definitely talk about it. I mean, I could try to get it done. We'll see.
Oh, but just as I said, no pressure at all.
No, it's just
like. Just what's the actual date that it's going to be available until?
This coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is the date? I don't know. I'm not too good with numbers. It's the 24th today, and then the 25th. And then what 28th? Comes after 5? I don't
28th.
know. 28th. Yeah, that's good. All right. So it'll be available till the 28th of April. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is a live session that we recorded, but it wasn't that much. I think that it wasn't that much your typical live streaming. We had some very professional and very talented friends that worked on that project. All the recording, editing. It's almost like the live session is only our latest album, which is called Sabashore. And so we played these 7 songs, and the look of it, the final products, it almost looks like 7 music videos, like official music videos. It's more maybe professional looking than your average music live session or whatever. Yeah.
Or live stream. Yeah.
Or live stream. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sure. You put the work in, you got a good product.
We're pretty happy with the result. Yeah. So we just presented it for the first time last Wednesday, and the reviews were very good. I mean, we had a few reviews talking about the quality of the images and the sound, and we had our sound guy that recorded all our previous albums. He's the guy that recorded the session, mixed it, and so it sounds like almost like a live album, So
that's good. Yeah. Well, it is a live album basically. That's cool though too. Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys are gonna do something with it after it's not available, but it's like that's a good. Bands these days got to figure out a way to like kind of like remarket themselves, especially because you can't tour, so you can't really sell like as much physical albums and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if you guys do vinyl and stuff like that, but it's like,
absolutely.
That for us has always been a big seller, which is weird because it's like, people buy vinyl. I mean, I think it's cool. I get vinyl, and it's a cool thing to do. But obviously, like I said, no touring, no vinyl sales, or like way less at least.
Yeah, so, it's kind of harder to sell.
For sure.
Yeah. So is that kind of the idea behind this? Is like kind of like a way to like I don't know, market the band during COVID times, I guess.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, we just released our latest album. If you don't talk about the Sabbath cover EP, we released our latest album in late 2019.
Okay.
So we had the chance to do a few shows, not that much, and then the pandemic happened. So it was kind of frustrating because we had all that new material that we couldn't go out and play on stage. So that was the concept of that live session, thinking that maybe we can't go out on the road, but we still can make our music, kind of travel, So
yeah, of course.
So that was the concept of that, playing the whole album and just make it happen a different way than normal,
Yeah. I guess I wonder why it's only available for like a week, right?
Yeah, for now it's only for a week. We'll see what happens next, but of course it will probably. I don't know. Our manager have some ideas and some plans for it, but it will. I don't know. Maybe be used for some future promos and stuff like that. We don't know yet. 100%.
But it won't die. That's for sure. We'll make sure to use this as a good promotional tool and promote the band and so yeah, for sure. We're gonna do something for sure with it other than what's other than that 1 week if you want.
Yeah.
Sure. I feel like did I see a logo with you guys with like a VHS tape?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Stream.
Well, then obviously what you guys need to do is put it out on VHS tape, right?
We thought about that for real. We thought about doing like a bootleg version of ourselves.
Oh yeah.
That would be really cool. So we'll see. But actually, I'm the one that had that idea of presenting the live session just like an old school VHS home video, like I used to rent when I was a kid. I mean, I was going to the video rental, whatever, and found some, I don't know, videos by bands just releasing VHS and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, maybe we can just present it that way, just for fun. And the idea of doing an actual VHS version of that, I mean, I still have that in my mind. We'll see. But I think that would be really, really cool.
I honestly, people kick it around, but I think it's actually could be a thing coming back because there's definitely a scene for like collecting VHS tapes and stuff. So like it's the new retro thing that people are getting into. And I think it could be cool. Like I think it would be interesting to see bands like do stuff like that, in the coming years when we all get sick of looking at fucking computers and phones because we've been in this pandemic for so long. And then we're like, I want to watch some old school shit and like start buying VHS tapes and stuff. And maybe even put it on beta. That'd be real good.
Right. The thing is to try to find a beta player. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah, those are probably worth a lot of money. All right. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. It's been fun talking. I got one more question for you, and I failed to warn you about it. I usually like to tell people ahead of time and like be like, okay, you could think about this, but then people get too nervous about it, and they're like, I don't know what to say. So anyway, could hear a story from both of you, or like, maybe you could collaborate. The theme of the show is crime stories. Do you got any?
If we got any crime stories?
Yeah.
I mean, not personally.
No, well, that's good.
Honestly, I think I live a good life, but but I remember that we had an hotel room in Montreal, Shawn. You remember that one?
All right.
Let me see.
That one.
We played in Montreal not that long ago. I mean, maybe it was last year or 2 years ago.
You're right. Oh my god.
And probably there was a crime scene that happened over there since we realized that the mattress it was all stained in blood.
And the ceiling was stained. So
I mean,
what the hell happened? Like on the bed. Like did they like?
I mean, we didn't know for sure if it was blood. We didn't know for sure if it was blood, but it sure looked like it was blood.
Well, it was red. And it was on the ceiling and on
something happened there for sure.
And on the bed, on the mattress, under the covers. You're like, oh my God, what happened here? So we
you
slept.
Think they would change that out?
Yeah. So we slept with our clothes on over the comforter, you know?
I bet in some situations like that. Yeah.
So,
you know. Like, yeah.
So we maybe slept an hour or two, and then we like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't stay there that long.
No.
Yeah. Our thing was always like, all right, I don't feel good about sleeping here, so I'm just going to get as drunk as possible and pass the fuck out. So I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, yeah. We had another story like that, kind of, but we couldn't sleep even with earplugs. Stuff was going on above us, you know, and they were
really.
Yeah, it was like you
like
don't even want to know. Yeah, good stuff, but
like
yeah, but like
puking at the same time.
Yeah, mixed with bad stuff, you know. And you hear running. And then, and then coming back, and then it starts again, and then you're like, okay, and then you hear running like 4 or 5 minutes again, and then another round of. So yeah, that was kind of like a crime, if you want.
There was probably something illegal going on.
Yeah, but we weren't involved, you know.
No, we weren't involved. For God's sake.
Yeah, right. No, that's fine. I mean, by being a reporter on it. That's enough involvement, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Like, people can either, like, if you don't got a story, you can make one up. You could talk about one that, like, a famous crime story that you thought was real cool. But, you know, I like it. I like, it's sort of like, well, this weird thing happened, and I'm pretty sure something fucked up is going on.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, it was like
that's good.
Fucking and puking at the same time. That sounds like a weird party going on.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Sounds like either really good sex or really bad sex.
We can't say.
I mean, you could be an optimist and be like, man, they were really having a good time. Like, more good of a time than I'd like to be having. But, you know, whatever. I don't, you know, no kink shaming here, no judgment, whatever. As long as people are two consenting adults, it's all good. All right.
I mean, we didn't check, but
yeah,
yeah, you know, we have got to make some assumptions. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Where can people find you on the internets and whatnot? I don't know if you gave the where the exact address for finding your live stream or anything like that either.
Well, it's on thepointofsale.com, and you can just type in Sandveiss and you'll probably find the show. It's still available until Wednesday the 28th. So if this is streaming after, you can hope to see it maybe someday in another format. But yeah, and that's where you can listen to that. And evidently, Sandveiss on Facebook. You can follow us and see what's going on, and we're available. Instagram as well, and we're available pretty much on every digital music service, Bandcamp. Sure. Yeah, so.
Oh, hell yeah. Bandcamp's great. Love that stuff.
Yeah.
Great
that was our first, area, like everyone, I guess.
Every band.
So we're still there.
Yeah, like you gotta, people listen to Spotify because it's there and it's easy, but like Bandcamp is really such a good platform for DIY bands, or like,
for sure,
even not DIY bands, even like bands who are making plenty of money, but it's like they get the money directly from Bandcamp. Or no money if people don't want to pay for it, but you could if you want to. It's a real good platform.
Sure.
That's
it is.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I will talk to Shawn some more about getting that this file sent over to me. Since my technology is real dumb. I guess I just got to start doing this with a laptop. I got to go get my setup. Like, it don't fit in the kitchen, you know?
Yeah.
I got to find a new place to do this, pretty much.
Hey, we could try to say if you want to see the stream, we can probably get you a link.
Oh yeah, of course we can send a link if you want.
Well, yeah, Melanie's got me a link, I think. So
probably.
I can probably check it out.
Great.
All right, perfect.
Hell yeah. All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks to you. Thank you very much, man.
And that's it for the Intruder Green podcast. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Intruder Green. The Intruder Green call-in line is +1 608 535 9608. Patreon.com/Intruder Green if you want to become a producer of the podcast. The Intruder Green podcast is produced by Colin Bennett, hair and makeup by Genevieve Smith, set design by Dylan Raymer, catering by Matthew Hendershot, lighting Squeak Lights, Rahway, New Jersey. Our theme song is Particles by Type Bro. Go, go, Power Rangers! Woo!